Graduate school. It's a huge theme for you all. I hear from people all the time asking me whether or not I think they should go to graduate school. And the answer is always the same. It really depends. There's a lot of factors to consider, and hopefully this video can help you come up with a better plan to approach graduate school and realize it's not a decision you should just make arbitrarily. It's a big decision that deserves a lot of attention and focus, and hopefully a few things I say in this short video can help you. The number one thing you don't want to do when thinking about graduate school is you don't want to use graduate school as a way to avoid the real world. A lot of people will go because they say the job market stinks, or they're trying to figure out more what they want to do or whatever. It feels like they're buying time. That's not the purpose of graduate school. I think a lot of folks I've learned over the years is they take the mentality of undergrad into grad school, and it doesn't work. And here's what I mean. There are a lot of jobs. I'd say most any job any of you all would want requires an undergrad degree. It's kind of like the be all end all. Like you're kind of stuck. You really can only maybe intern until you get that degree. Grad school's nice, but it is very rarely that significant be all end all. Rarely is a master's degree this like huge barrier to what you want to do next, right? So the idea of like going another 2 or 3 years without gaining good work experience to get another degree, usually that's not a good investment of your time and definitely not a good investment of your money. I know this because I have 2 master's degrees. The first one I got right out of undergrad, and it was like lighting money on fire. It did nothing to help my career. 10, 12 years later, through my job, I was able to go to grad school again for free. They paid for it, and it opened up a million doors because this time I knew how to approach it. I knew that grad school is much more about the experience of being there and getting to know people in the school and using that as a way to leverage relationships rather than having another piece of paper on the wall. You know, people probably didn't even notice on my resume that I had another master's degree, but the people I got to know really helped me. I learned a lot about myself, a lot more about my field, and it helped put me in a great position to land a job I don't think I would have ever gotten otherwise. So there are good and bad ways to go about it. So don't use grad school as a way to avoid things, to wait for like things out of your control, like job markets and, you know, global situations to like change. That's that's not what grad school is for. Grad school is a way to surround yourself with people who are trying to get into your field or maybe are in your field and they're using a master's degree as a way to advance. It's a way to build those relationships, leverage your existing network, and of course, learn some really cool, amazing things and develop some skills. But again, the second point I have here written down is don't think of grad school as this magic bullet. If you just go to grad school, you just go to class at night and you make A's, and that's all you do, and then you throw it on your resume, I don't think you're going to get much better results applying online, generally speaking. It didn't work for me, and I've had so many people say like they can't tell a difference in their application success 6 months before finishing grad school and 6 months after. And I know that was my experience as well, because at the end of the day, maybe 100, 500 people apply to the job you want. And as you know, I say this all the time, 50% chance that job's not real anyway. But let's just say you flip the coin correctly that day and it's a real job. 200 of them still probably have a master's degree as well. So yes, you've put yourself in a better position, but now you're still going up against a huge number of people. And you're going to continue to lose out to someone who's already worked at that organization, done that job at a very relevant organization. Or more likely, you're going to lose out to someone who's networked their way and built some relationships in that building, and they're going to be the less risky hire. So don't think of graduate school as this silver bullet. So you're thinking, oh, he's anti-grad school. I'm really not. I think it can be an amazing tool, as I said, to get you in the room around the right people. I would say you should never go to grad school until you know how to network. And until you have that skill, you're not going to get the true value out of graduate school. But here's the fun thing. What I teach folks in my career investors group is I say, hey, let's use the idea of grad school as a way to get better at networking and get our network really invested in us. So if we do decide to go, we've already done a lot of that work. So reach out to the folks you know and just ask them, hey, I know you went to grad school. I know it was a different field than I'm interested in, but I'm just curious, what were your thoughts? What was applying like? Was it worth it ultimately? Or, hey, I know you didn't go to grad school. Was there a reason? Do you regret it? Do you think you might go? I'm just asking because I'm debating whether I should go. Get people bought into the idea of you going. That will usually make it very easy for them to maybe make some intros into better people. Someone who's actually gone to grad school for the thing you want to go for, or someone who works in your field. And then you can meet new people and have much more targeted conversations of, hey, you're doing exactly what I want to be doing in 4 to 5 years, and you have this master's degree. Is that the missing piece for me? And hear from them. Let the real people, not the schools, they're going to tell you to go. Real people, let them be like, no, didn't need it, really wish I hadn't, or yeah, it was good. I don't know if it was critical, or maybe they'll say, yeah, it was absolutely critical. You got to go. Base it on real people who are doing what you want to do. Get real information that you're not going to get on a website. Now, with that said, I want you to take that same attitude and apply it towards these schools. I don't care if a school's ranked number 1 in what it does. I want you to have real conversations, probably before you apply, but maybe after, and ask them. Hey, I'm interested in this program. How many people are in it every year? Oh, 45. That's small, but that's great. What's your track record? What's last year's graduating class? What are they doing? What type of fields do they usually go in? How did you guys help them get there? That might very clearly tell you that you need to attend the school ranked 28th, not the school ranked 3rd. Because if that school that's ranked 3rd can't answer questions like that, they don't have a firm grasp on what their graduates are up to and the type of things they're doing, that's just too academic. They just think the degree is enough. There are programs out there who really obsess over the idea of they want their program to be that thing that launches you into the field. If they can go on and tell you about all the success their graduates have had, and they can tell you about how they've partnered with this nonprofit or they have this deal with this government agency, and so you'll get direct experience and like how they really help you, like find places that have built-in mechanisms to make you successful. That is such a better program. Like, don't get hung up on the name, on the degree, and where it's ranked. Obsess over, is this going to help me accomplish my dreams faster? And if so, is that faster worth the financial and time investment? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe you absolutely have to. The point is that you don't know until real people in your field tell you and you have that information. So that is always my rule with my career investors group. I will not agree. Not that they have to do what I say, but like I won't say yay or nay on grad school until they can bring me that information. Now you're probably thinking, what is this career investors thing? I want you to click the link below. You can learn all about it. It's my private group where I help folks learn how to become incredible networkers through 20 to 25 really strong modules I've built onto walking you all the way through on how to build a deeply invested network and how to approach it and get amazing results. And then we have all these extra videos about how to thrive in your job and all these other things that can pop up professionally. And it gives you access to other members in the group. You get resume reviews from me and you get coaching calls with me, all for the very, very low cost of $40 a month. I have a video in there that tells you way more about it, but that is the skill you're gonna need. Like I said earlier, you can't thrive in grad school until you know how to network. Because at the end of the day, the real value is not what you read in a book, not what you hear in a lecture. It's that person to your right and to your left. It's that person who's over here and they're already in this field. And in fact, they think by the time they graduate, they're going to get a better offer at their organization. And maybe you could backfill them because they've gotten to know you and like you. It's that professor who's got 30 years in your field. And if you just know how to connect with him or her properly, they'll open a million doors for you. It's knowing that, learning the track record and following those students who have come before you and learning how to connect with those alumni in the right way. So anyway, grad school, it can be incredible. It can change your life if you have the proper skills behind you to make the most of it and you go for the right reasons to the right school. So there's a lot of work to be done, but it's worth it because it's a lot of money. And it's a massive time commitment. Grad school's hard. There's a lot of reading. There's a lot of writing. But it can be an incredible experience. I've lived both. I wasted thousands of dollars and thousands of hours, and I went to grad school again, and it changed my career, and it was like an overwhelmingly positive experience, and it was like probably the best year I've ever had professionally. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope several of you will learn a little bit more about career investors and see if it's right for you. And I think it could really go a long way in helping you to make the right decision about grad school. Also, if you ultimately get to that place and now you're worried about whether you can get in or not, write a comment below. I'm happy to make another video about some really good tips that I wish I had known back in the day about how to maximize your chances of getting accepted. this isn't really nearly as philosophical. It's just some little tricks, some things you can do to maximize your results, some things I've seen people do that I did that helped you get in, and some mistakes I've seen people make that they ended up not getting into a school they probably should have got into. So if you're interested in that, drop me a little note.